I do want to ask Amrita, one of those things that we've had multiple discussions about is how we project ourselves, right? And the confidence that we bring to the table. Sometimes it's not always the true picture. So Amrita, how do you bring this level of confidence? Because I know you have dealt with imposter syndrome, and I know you do have this, and not just you, most of us have, right? So how do you kind of make that shift and bring this confidence to the table, because it's commendable, and it's not everyone that can do it that well.
That is such an interesting question. And I think, it comes back to when we talk about confidence building measures. I think what you just said about imposter syndrome is so true. Like, I mean, it rings so true. I've definitely had to deal with it. And I had the benefit of attending a workshop by an expert, along with many of our former colleagues as well, who are also dealing with imposter syndrome. And I found her tips to be really helpful. One of them was, you know what? This is your brain telling you something. It is partly conditioning, it's partly self-confidence, it's partly many things associated. The way to combat it can be as simple as taking a pen and a notebook and a pen and starting to write down your actual achievements. So if you're in a job right now, look at what the feedback has been that you've been getting. Look at the last promotion you got. Look at the projects you've been a part of. And there's something about seeing that, Preeta, on the page, or for the more, right? I mean, it can be online, it can be on the page. I find actually writing physically really helpful, because there is something that connects with your brain when you do that too. And of course, I had training as a broadcast journalist. So I think that for me, when I got to, hold that gun mic or have that camera crew go and tell a story, it was a really natural way for me to actually adopt this persona, which is someone who's comfortable talking in public. Nowadays, the kind of conversations we do, though, I will come back to what I find to be the most sort of moving public speaking is when people are just true to themselves. The crowd will eat out of your hand, even if you're super nervous, but you kind of make a joke about it and you're like, look, I'm still doing it. It works. I think we need to just learn how to be authentic, I think would be the thing to say. But there are tips which we will share, and we certainly want to make all of you as confident as you can be, because Preeta, you were pointing out, it's not just getting up and talking at a panel or giving a speech. It's everyday work with your internal stakeholders. You're giving presentations to sales teams. There are so many reasons to have public speaking be important.